I'm Wyatt.
I'm Sophie.
And we're the Hursts.
As a parent, all you want to do is make it better for your child. And at 5, he was just a baby.
I remember when we were first doing finger sticks, I asked my mom and dad, when is this going to stop?
And we couldn't give him a good answer. It was the strangest thing. We were in a store and she kept asking to go to the bathroom and go to the bathroom. And so knowing what we knew, I went on and pricked her finger.
I think I was like in the 500s, which is like really scary, because then I automatically knew that I had diabetes.
And so I called him and I said, you need to come home. This is happening. And he said, that can't be right. Do it again. And I said, no, I've done it 3 times and that's what's happening. So
the hard part too, not that there's ever an easier age to be diagnosed, but you know, they both were at such a young age where they're very innocent little kids. And takes that away from them immediately. It's a burden financially for families. It's a science that you have to understand, and you know, you rely a lot on the information that you're getting from the doctors, but it's a lot of information that you have to learn yourself and read up and understand your kid, because one kid's going to be different from another, and they go through stages of life that changes their care.
You know, what do you do as a parent? You start researching what can I do to make life better? And then when we met people with JDRF and the wealth of knowledge that comes from people, not just doctors, I mean, it was the wealth of knowledge that comes from parents who have said, oh, we've been there. This is how you can fix that or feel better about it. And then we were like, oh, no, this is what we need to be doing.
The amount of stuff that we've seen change just during our kids' diagnosis is been very rapid. And I don't think that we would have things like the Dexcom communication between, you know, without getting too technical, but where their pump and the Dexcom communicate with one another to give them that artificial pancreas, you know.
A tubeless pump. I mean,
yeah, a tubeless pump. I don't think any of that would be where it is today without JDRF.
Part of the reason that we clung so close with JDRF is because we know how much of that is going, that research is being funded by JDRF to push some of that technology. And even without a cure, it's progress is everything. And it's changed our lives, really.
Yeah. And I think that's JDRF's ultimate goal, right? And we're definitely closer to that now than we were 5 years ago. And it's getting closer and closer. It's just, what's that cure going to look like? Maybe it looks like one kind of cure initially, and then it moves on to the next step.
I feel like each year it gets better and better for us because there's new things that are coming out, and like there's better like ways of figuring out how to live with diabetes.
We see that JDRF is bringing the progress to the table and pushing so hard for it. So if you're watching your child go through life with something that they can't not think about every 5 minutes, it seems like, what can we do in the way of technology, relationships, to make life easier? That's what we're all looking for as a parent, and we have found that JDRF does that better than any other organization.
Hi, I'm Ella. I'm 14 years old and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 10 years ago.
And we're the Ozdemirs. Our nanny was with Ella, and she had told us a couple of times that, you know, it seemed like Ella was going to the bathroom a lot at night, just getting up a lot at night. And we really didn't think too much of it because we were on vacation and we were in Florida, sun, sand, thought she might be dehydrated, drinking a bunch of water, then she was getting up all night. And And then we got home and it progressively got worse. And then we also saw it firsthand. I talked to him about it. We started Googling it, doing what all parents do. She has all of the symptoms, every single one. Her endocrinologist came in. It was the first time we had met her. She walked in the door. The first thing that she said to us was, there will be a cure in Ella's lifetime.
The technology of all this, I mean, the management and the cure and the balance that they are trying to strike, trying to fix this is pretty awesome. And it's genuinely helped us from when we started to where we are now.
She was doing shots 4 to 5 times a day when she was first diagnosed. And we did that for about a year or two before she got put on an insulin pump. And the insulin pump makes things much, much easier. We also were pricking her finger 8 to 10 times a day and also throughout the night because we didn't have a continuous glucose monitor, which again, she got that about 18 to 24 months after her diagnosis.
I feel like it got normal really fast. It gets like hard sometimes just because you never really know what could happen. And so you just always have to be prepared. But like now, everybody just understands and they'll wait for me and stuff.
If we want to go get dessert and Ella is like 400 or something, we have to wait like an hour before we can eat it.
It's cool because they, like she said, they rally. Like, okay, let's go downstairs and do gymnastics. And they're all watching the phones to see if she's coming down now. Yeah, okay, well, 10 more push-ups.
We go run in the basement and like
do
back handsprings.
We do obstacle courses.
You know, we felt very close. It's like we're all in this together. And you can tell by the looks on her siblings' faces that they take this just as seriously as mom and dad. The thought of having a cure is almost not believable.
Yeah.
Because as much as, you know, we lived a very long life without diabetes, the kids didn't, but we did. And so we do obviously remember what life is like without having to manage diabetes.
Even if they did tell me that there was a cure, I'd be like, let's check your sugar anyway. Let's just see what happens. You just had a donut and we didn't do anything. Let's see what happened.
Well, it would mean a lot because I wouldn't have to deal with anything anymore and I wouldn't have to be scared of anything anymore.
Everyone thinks of JDRF as they're funding the research towards a cure. Yes, they are. And that's why we're here today, because ultimately we want a cure. But along the way, we want to be able to better manage this disease, and we also want awareness, and we want support. And those are all of the other things that people tend to not realize. That's also what JDRF is doing. They're paving the way towards the cure, but along the way, they're helping us better manage this disease by developing new devices and new technology and different systems that make it easier.
You know, I'm pretty grateful to JDR because I really don't know where I would be personally if we didn't have the ability to just pick up the phone and look at her sugar.
Like, it makes me feel good that people like care and want to help raise money and stuff to find a cure.
It's awesome every year when we can provide an update to all of those supporters that have financially supported JDRF over the years, close friends and family of ours, and say, this is what your money has done. And we can actually show there's concrete, tangible evidence of what their donations over the last 10 years has done for Ella and so many other kids just like Ella.